Hello, everybody. Welcome to my podcast, The More We Know, We Grow. I'm Morris Wyatt, and today I have a very special guest, Derrick Murray. This guy, I've known Derrick now for some time, and he's helped me in my life offering valuable services such as insurance, financial planning. So I want to bring him on and let him share his knowledge to possibly help you and your family. So let's go ahead and welcome Derrick Murray. Hey, what's going on, Derrick?
What's going on, Morris, man? How are you?
I'm doing wonderful this morning, man. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. So, again, everybody, I want to introduce you to Derrick Murray. He's a fine young man. As a matter of fact, it's a small world because I'm sitting in my accountant's office doing my taxes, finalizing my taxes. And I told him that I was going to have some guests on the show, and I mentioned your name, and he was like, "What?" He said, "Man, that's my financial planner." I'm like, "Damn, man, small world." So, hey, but we all know if it's small like that, man, you in a good circle, man. So thank you for helping me in my life and my family. But then
Absolutely.
I guess let's start out by introducing yourself and what services you provide to the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Derrick Murray. As mentioned, I'm a certified financial planner. And I always lead with that because that really talks about the nature of how we work with our clients, of really focusing on planning. And sometimes that can start as foundational as budget planning, cash flow planning, helping clients around debt management, helping clients around consulting on their risk management needs, protecting themselves, their businesses, their earnings potential, on into the fun stuff like the wealth management, right? Helping clients build diversified investment portfolios, really helping them manage the risk of investing in the market. But then also beginning with the end goal in mind of whether it's retirement planning, financial security, estate planning. A lot of our clients want to get to the point where, hey, they're only working because they want to work and not that they have to, right? So long list of services and different things within that. But like I said, it's all about helping clients build a plan and a roadmap. That way, whatever things life throws at them, they're able to pivot and take it in stride.
Okay, well, yeah, that's great, man, wonderful, and I think that's very, very important because I always think about where we've come from, man, and we've never really had insurance. Like in my family, financial planning and insurance. If you rewind back a couple generations, man, that wasn't even in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And now we have an option to be able to leave some wealth to our kids and to a future generations, man. So thank you for bringing that into my life. So one of the things I know we met through my business partner Levi McDonald, and the first thing that you offered us was life insurance. So I guess kind of just expound on life insurance, the importance of it, some of
Yeah.
the details people should know about life insurance.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And with all the things that we do, a lot of times the insurance plan isn't the sexy stuff to talk about, right? It isn't the fun. Hey, we're here to talk about insurance today, right? But it's when you're building a financial plan, the foundation of that plan, like we put in an analogy of the foundation of building a home, the foundation of a financial plan is really important, and that is that risk management, right? Warren Buffett himself said, hey, we got to protect against the things that may go wrong. That way we can afford to invest in the things that may go right, right? So when we talk about things like life insurance, one, especially if we have a family, we have dependents, folks who are depending on our earnings potential, not only today, but in the future, right? And we talk about all these goals, such as helping clients retire, helping them start a business, helping them with kids' education, helping them pay off debt, buy a home, invest in other properties. We always want to talk about our goals, right? And the things that we want to do if things go right. But if things go wrong and we pass away prematurely, how do we make sure that at least a good part of those goals are still attainable for our family, right? How do we make sure the lifestyle that we've created is still there for our kids, right? So that's what life insurance is about. Life insurance is about looking at your earnings potential now and your future earnings potential. And if something happens to you to cut that short, we want to still be able to have some of those resources to be able to allow your family to still achieve their goals and maintain lifestyle, right?
Okay.
So
Right.
with that's how we know the right amount of life insurance is different for everyone, right? Some people that may be 500,000, some people that may be 5-10 million, right? So we go through a lot of analysis to figure out how much life insurance you should have based on what we're trying to protect.
Okay, so that is good to know, because that was one of the questions that I think I have is how do I know I have enough? Of course, everyone would say I want to leave $1 million or something like that, but realistically, if you get a long-term plan and you pass away, maybe 20 years after the fact, how do we know that value is still the same? Is it something that we periodically check up on, maybe every 5 years or whatever that is? How do you maintain that level of what you're trying to leave to your legacy?
Yep, and that's an important thing. One thing I always tell folks more is that life insurance isn't something you just buy and put on a shelf, right? It is a part of your financial plan because it is tied within your goals.
Okay.
And over time, your goals will evolve. So over time, your life insurance should and will evolve. Typically, what we think about is, hey, you got young kids or you got a lot of debt, you don't have a lot of resources for retirement. Typically, you may need a larger amount of insurance. But in 15, 20 years, 30 years, hopefully you've got a lot of debt paid down. Your kids are grown and self-sufficient to some extent. And now you have a lot of resources there. So if things go right in 20, 30 years, you should need a huge amount of insurance. Now, a lot of times our clients still want insurance because that's what, like we talked about legacy planning and estate planning for kids. But I just say it to mention it, as you say, hey, yes, the need for insurance does evolve over time. So it should be something that's built into your plan, not just a, hey, I got it, I checked the box and I'm done with it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's very important, man. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to get better at, as far as planning out that insurance. So again, thank you again for getting me started with insurance, and being there to support me throughout this time period. So as far as the financial planning side of it, so we've also spoken about financial planning, and that's very important. And I'm sure a lot of people want to know how to invest or what to invest in, and those type of things, because that's not really everybody's forte. So
Yeah.
Leaving it in the hands of an expert like yourself, what does that look like? Do I just call you and say, here, I got a handful of money, or I get paid, and can you take this out my check? Like, what do you do with it? How does that process work?
Yep. Well, from day one, if I'm sitting with a new potential client, it's really a discovery conversation, right? We're not talking about investments. We're not talking about interest rates. We're not talking about insurance. We're talking about, hey, where are you right now? Right? Let's take a look back. Let's look at your journey, how you've gotten to where you are, and then let's look forward of where you're looking to go. Right? And that's the start of your plan. The start of your plan is your goals. The start of your plan is, okay, you have this business. What do you want to do with that business? Hey, your kids, how do you want to help your kids? What impact financially do you want to have on them? What type of legacy do you want to have on your kids? If you're a W-2 worker, hey, how long do you see yourself there? If you're in the corporate space, do you ever see yourself turn into business? Hey, you have a home, or this is your first time buying a home, et cetera, right? So the first part of that conversation is discovery. Let's look at what you're trying to do. Let's look at where you are, and let's build out a plan to do that, right? Let's build out a plan to help you build your business, or let's build out a plan to help you be able to not have to work if you don't want to at age 60 or 65, right? So once we get down that and we get down the plan, the easy part is the investment. The easy part is the insurance, because that is what will help you reach your goals. Whether that's a 401k, an IRA, a SEP, mutual fund account, an index fund account, life insurance, disability insurance, no matter what it is, the plan will dictate what we recommend. And the plan is just meant to be that roadmap to help you pivot at any point in life.
Right. And I respect that, man. I like the fact that you do a discovery, because, some people will just say, hey, give me the money, let me do my thing, not necessarily knowing what the person's goals or, what they expect out of this thing. So that's good to do the discovery. And, we're kind of going back to the insurance, though, because I think this has some aspect into investments and things like that. Can you just explain, because my wife asked me the other day, like, the difference between your term and whole life. So I know the basic term is for a term, whole life is for your whole life. Kind of give people, I guess, a breakdown, because the whole life, if I'm not mistaken, it has an investment vehicle in there as well, right?
Yep. So you'll appreciate this analysis, obviously being real estate minded. So the easiest way to differentiate the two, right? If we think about term life insurance and we think about permanent life insurance, term life insurance is renting, right? You're going to rent that coverage for a certain amount of time, 10-year term, 20-year term, 30-year term, right? What are the great things about renting? It's very flexible. Typically, the cost is very inexpensive, easy to get in and out. What are the bad things about renting? You can rent a house 5-10 years, you move out, you don't get to take a doorknob with you, right? That's the same way with term insurance. If you have a 10-year term, 20-year term, and it ends, there's no value from it, right? The value is only when you have it. Okay. So when it comes to permanent life insurance, that's, again, the word says what it is. It's permanent. It will last forever, right? So we like to think about that just the way you're purchasing a house, right? There's a time frame that you got to pay for, like a 15-year mortgage, or a 30-year mortgage, and at the point that you've paid it off, you get to keep the house, you get to keep the insurance.
Okay.
Also, like we talked about in terms of potential investment in it, one always tell folks, insurance is not an investment, it is insurance. But you are able to build equity underneath the value of that insurance in the same way you're able to build, or in a similar way you're able to build equity in the value of a home. And there's different types of plans that can accelerate that equity, and people do use it to possibly supplement for retirement income because of the preferable tax treatment you're able to get from it. But there's a lot of different plans, and that's kind of a deeper conversation to talk through all the different types of permanent. But high level, you can just think about it from renting versus ownership.
Okay. All right. And one of the final questions, I guess, the importance of getting the insurance when you're young versus the older in your life. What's the importance of that, man? Because I know, the older we get, the more ailments we're gonna have, and you all are not gonna be playing with it when somebody walking there with something going on with them.
Right, and I mean, you hit it on the head. I mean, we're all of us is young, the youngest we're ever going to be. Most of us is as healthy as we're ever going to be, right? So the thing about insurance, no matter what type of insurance you're talking about, car insurance, homeowners insurance, renter's insurance, whatever it is, you can't wait till you need it to get it. That's the thing. You can't wait until you need it to get it. So getting it early, you're younger, it's going to cost less. Also, you know your health status now. There is a health approval component that people don't understand. People get declined for life insurance much more than what you know, and it's not just about a terminal illness or anything like that. So if it is something that's important to you to have in the future, in the near future, in the immediate future, I always recommend folks, hey, go ahead and take advantage of locking something in now, and then you can adjust it and build on it in the future.
Oh man, thank you, man, for that information. Hey, I really appreciate your time, Derrick. I know you're a busy man and you got to get your day going. But let everybody know, how they can reach out to you in case they have any more questions or if they wanted to go ahead and start working with you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I always tell folks is that it doesn't cost to have a conversation, right? So reach out to me, phone, email. My cell is 404-952-0457. My email is my name, derrick.murray@nmnorthmutual.com. My Instagram is dmurray_CFP. So reach out to me if you just got any random question, or if you want to sit down and have a full consultation. There is no cost to chatting. Let's figure out if there's any way we can be a resource for you.
All right, thanks, brother. All right, man.
Awesome.
You enjoy the rest of your day, and I really appreciate it, man.
Be well, man. Be blessed. Have a great day.
Thank you.